What is going on, YouTube? So check it out, we picked up a Ford F-150 today. This is a 2003. Not too sure on the miles on this one, but it is a V6 stick shift truck. So you got the baby Lightning here. Yeah, stick shift. And the battery's dead on it. It doesn't start. So I already went ahead and checked this thing out, guys. The fuel pump is bad on it, so it just doesn't start. So we're gonna be doing that today, but give you guys a quick walk around. Looks like somebody loved stickers and chrome. I'm gonna probably end up pulling all this off and repainting this tunnel cover. You got to get all these stickers off as well, and probably repaint the wheels black, and then see if there's anything else wrong with this thing. So like I said, right now it's currently not running at all. So I can crank it and it will not start. I can spray some ether down the intake and it'll fire right up. So I know the truck runs. I checked all of our wiring from our ignition switch to our fuel cutoff all the way to the fuel pump. The fuel pump is getting power, but we're just not getting anything from the fuel pump. So it looks like the truck's been sitting a really long time. So we're gonna go ahead and get this fuel pump replaced, and hopefully that's our only problem with this thing. But the way I'm gonna end up doing this is I'm gonna probably just jack up this box. It's a little bit easier than dropping the tank. So we're gonna go ahead and show you how to take off the bed on this thing, and we're gonna keep on going from there. So I got this tunnel cover opened up. The thing is struts are blown, so I'm holding it up with my jack handle there. But first step is there's 6 bolts here in the bed, so we got to get 1, 2, there's one under that spare tire, there's one over there in the corner, and then there's 3 and 4, or 5 and 6, something like that, right? But we got to go ahead and zip all those out. Looks like they're a Torx bit, a 50, and we're just going to go ahead and get all those out. Okay, so you want to come over here to your filler neck, and you got 3 little 8mm going all the way around it. There's 1, 2, and there's one more here in the top corner. So you want to go ahead and unzip those 3, and this filler neck is actually attached with the hose clamp down here. That one right there. So there's actually a bracket right on top of it that's holding it to the bed. So what we're gonna have to do is just loosen that one up and slide this hose clamp back towards you. So I'm gonna go ahead and zip those off, then we'll get to the next step, guys. Okay, so once we got our filler neck off, we gotta come back here to the driver's side rear corner, and you get under the truck. And right here, there's actually a plug for our taillight harness. So all you wanna do is disconnect that one there. And then we're also gonna pop off our license plate sockets. So this one's actually has an aftermarket bumper, so I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble getting these off, but the bumper's actually attached to the bed, so I don't think I'm gonna have to actually, now looking at it, disconnect these. But I will have to disconnect that connector up there for the taillights. So let me undo that one real quick, and then I'll show you guys how we get this bed off of here. It's as simple as that. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Once you get the 3 bolts out of your filler neck, your taillight harness disconnected, and all the bolts out of the bed, this thing should technically just lift up and slide back. So you guys might have a little bit of a problem if you have the stock bumper on there. You're gonna have to lift up the bed over the stock bumper, but apparently this one's just screwed straight into the bed, so I'm not gonna worry about it. What I'm gonna end up doing is just grabbing this thing from the tailgate here and lifting up and sliding it back. So these things are pretty heavy, so you might want to have a couple friends. I'm just going to get it to slide back enough to where I can reach into that fuel pump. Okay, so we got it off, guys. I don't know if you guys seen what happened there. Was I ended up taking the wheels off because the fenders on the inside of the bed were hitting on the wheels. So obviously if you get them out of the way, then you can slide the bed back. But all I did was slide the thing maybe, you know, 2 feet back, so it's not really that much. You have to slide it back. The hard part was getting it over this spare tire jack, or it looks like it's maybe a, oh, it's an evap canister, so a charcoal canister. So that's the hard part there. We just have to get it over that canister, and then it slid back maybe, you know, a foot or 2 foot, but that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all the room we have over here to work on this thing. There it is. So as long as we have room to get into this thing here, our fuel pump is right there. So all we gotta do now is disconnect these 2 fuel lines, disconnect that electrical harness, and unbolt those bolts, and the fuel pump should come right out. Okay guys, so I just got my power probe hooked up to my jump box for right now, but just wanted to show you guys, we're going to confirm that this fuel pump was bad. So we got black is ground here, and then we got our white and black wire here, and that should be our positive. So if I follow that all the way back up, it comes out to this pink and black pin here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to poke that pin there, I'm going to shoot it some power, and if it does nothing, then that means our fuel pump was absolutely definitely bad. So we'll go ahead and do that. See if I can get you guys a good angle here. So I'm just going to go ahead and poke this pink and black one, which is this top left one. So we have a ground, and we have absolutely nothing coming from that fuel pump. So definitely a bad fuel pump, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get another one from O'Reilly's real quick, and we'll just put it back together the way it came apart. Okay, so there we have it. We got our new fuel pump installed. You just cut the little piece of hose and install your 2 hose clamps. This one actually came with an adapter, so you can plug into the fuel pump, plug into your original harness, and that's all you had to do. I did use the original sock because they didn't have one in stock, and it was about 3 days out anywhere I called. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use the stock factory one. I mean, if it gives me a problem later in life, I'll replace it, but for right now, that's what's gonna go back in there. They did have one in the kit with the whole sending unit, but that kit was $200. I'm not gonna pay an extra $150 just to get a sock. So I'm gonna wing it. We're gonna put it back together, guys. It should just go back the same way it came apart. So let's get this thing in there, and then put you guys on a quick time lapse, and hopefully we hear this thing running before the end of the night. So we got our fuel pump back in there. We got everything hooked back up and routed the way it should go. So put my jump box on the truck. Let's just go ahead and give this thing a try, see if she's gonna fire up. So there we go. I'm gonna cycle the key a couple times just to make sure we're getting fuel up to the engine. And let's go ahead and crank this thing. Woo! Oh, she almost fired up. Let's give it one more try. And there she goes. So she is running. Oh, she died. So, fire it up again. I think maybe we just had a bunch of air in our fuel line, so. There she goes. Let's try and rev her up a little. Oh, seems to keep on dying. Maybe we got another problem. But at least we know she fires up. I'm gonna put her back together, and then we'll keep on going from there. Well, that's probably our problem there, huh? Forgot I unplugged this intake when I was trying to spray some ether down it to see if she was gonna start. Put that boot back on there and see if she'll fire up like that now. Let's give this a little whirl again. Come on, one more time. There we go. There we go, guys. So it was just that mass airflow sensor, or that intake boot, that was not hooked up. So Seems to be running pretty dang good though. We got a little airbag. Oh no, went away. So hey, look at that, guys. 90,000 miles. So 90,600 miles. That's not too bad at all. So sounds like it's running good. So hopefully all she needed was that fuel pump. Let's put the bed back on, bolt it all back down, and let's take it for a test drive. Okay, so this thing is running and driving great, guys. I mean, we do have an airbag light on. That's that little light right there on the corner. But you see right now we're cruising at 35 miles an hour. She's got no hiccups, no hesitations, anything like that. So she's running and driving good. She does need a little bit more work. We're probably gonna have to paint that tunnel cover and take off all those stickers from the side and all those little chrome things somebody decided to stick on there. I mean, I think they look ugly. Without it, it's probably gonna clean up and look real nice. And we're probably also going to paint the wheels. Okay, so it's been a couple days since we replaced that fuel pump on that thing. We took it out for a test drive. The thing drove awesome. It did have an airbag light on, but it was just for the on-off airbag light. I ended up replacing the thing, so it ran and drove great though. So I just ended up selling it out to my man Sell It 509, told him to clean it up, and guys, did he do an awesome job. Check this thing out. So I took that same day and I went ahead and took off all the stickers myself. I used a buffer wheel, and it took me about the rest of the day to get all those little flames and chrome stuff that they had on the outside of this truck. But it came out super clean, guys. I mean, this thing looks ridiculous clean. So I thought when it was gonna all said and done, this was maybe gonna be a, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 truck, but this thing is looking super clean. I'm probably gonna be able to pull maybe 5 to 6 out of this, especially at the rate cars are going right now. The stimulus checks just dropped and everybody's just blowing their cash, guys. So remember, this is a V6 stick shift, but super clean interior, no stains, nothing like that. 90,000 miles on this truck. So yeah, guys, I mean, this one was pretty simple. Just needed a fuel pump, fix that airbag light, and a good polish, obviously. So I didn't even have to paint the tunnel cover. I mean, it doesn't have no paint on it, but obviously if somebody buys it, they're gonna realize that thing doesn't have no paint on it, or I'm gonna tell them. But that thing will eventually need to be painted. But for right now, I mean, it polished up pretty dang good. So I'm not gonna worry about it. And yeah, so she's gonna go up for sale. So remember, stay up, hustle hard.